Very interesting short clip that you've just watched is from the show 90 Days Fiance. And the couple there, the black boy is called Michael. He's a Nigerian, a Yoruba boy, and he is 30 years old. And the madam that was shouting at him and calling him very unprintable names is called Angela. She's a 52-year-old American and she's a grandmother. Now this show is an interesting show. Initially, when I started seeing clips and bits of it online, because we can't really watch it here in the UK, you can only see some reaction videos like a 2 minutes, 1 minute videos online. It's shown by a US network, and they don't allow us to watch it from here for some reason. So I initially thought that this was a joke. I was like, there's no way an African man is going to allow, somebody to be talking to him and treating him this way. Until somebody actually told me that this show is not a joke, that is real, like they are properly in a relationship. So for those of you who don't know much about the show, 90 Days Fiance is like like a dating show whereby people who are dating go on the show, or the show finds them and then they start televising their relationship. And it's mostly about couples who live in different countries. So this Angela, in this case, the 52-year-old grandmother that you've just seen, lives in the US, and Michael lives in Nigeria. There is a 22 years age gap between them, guys. I know they say age is nothing but a number, but this number is big. This number is truly big. Honestly, I put a short clip of it on my Instagram page yesterday, and I was asking people that, should I do a reaction? I've been planning to do this reaction video, but I never get to it because there are just so many things to talk about. And then a lot of people were saying, no, do a reaction. So I said, okay. Because apparently they've been dating and now finally they got married. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. And you know, when Oyinbo person say interesting, it doesn't mean like interesting. It means, interesting in a very, satiric way. Is in a very unusual way. So apparently Michael, this brother, met Angela on Facebook. He was the one that sent her a message. You know how they're always online looking for women to date. And he started chatting her up, and she responded, and that's how they got chatting. And then they came on the show, and Angela came to Nigeria to come and see him. I've seen bits and pieces of it where he met where Angela came to Nigeria and met the family. She was the one that proposed to him, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I saw a clip where she tied the ring in a US flag and proposed to him. You guys can please fill in the gaps as much as you like, because like I said, I don't get to watch the full show here in the UK because it's not televised on TV here. The little that I know about them, let me first talk about Michael. Michael seems like a very loving person. He is very, very patient. I know a lot of women, Nigerian women especially, have a go at him. They are saying that, what is he doing with a grandmother? Somebody that is old enough to be his mother. What is he doing with her? That maybe he's just looking for a means to get to the US, his green card that is after. But guys, you know what? I actually like Michael. I think he's a very decent guy, because from the little that I've seen, what this woman called Angela has put him through. I don't know, maybe he's just acting, or this is his nature. But from what I've seen, I mean, I've never seen a man put up with so much. He's really put up with a lot of BS from Angela. He's younger by 22 years. He's educated, even though he's not financially buoyant at the moment. And he's very, very responsible as far as I can see. He has a job. I don't know if it's the dream of going to America that is so big, because when people back home in Africa think that once you get to God's own country, as they call it, all your problems will disappear. But those of you who live there, and those of us who've been there, we all know that that is not the case. I watched one video where Michael, when Angela came to Nigeria, and Michael took her shopping, and Michael, with his English now called her, I don't know, they were talking about the material. It's Ankara material she wanted, and he was asking her, which one do you want, and she now chose one and said, this one is good for somebody who is elderly. Oh my God. Guys, What an Angela, her skin, she turned red. She was furious. She said, I'm abusing him. Are you calling me elderly? I don't think he means like elderly. I think he was trying to say, context is very, very important in anything that somebody says. For me, personally, looking at that clip, I felt like what Michael was trying to say is that for somebody who is a bit older, for a matured woman, that this material would be better, but Angela didn't take it like that. And one thing I don't like about her is that she's always, every opportunity, like you can see from the first video that I played, that she's very, very abusive. She's always swearing at him, cursing him, calling him names, and I just find her totally, you know, very, very disrespectful. And I don't care whether she's older or not. She should respect him, because I'm wondering, if this woman is treating you like this, why do you want to marry her? She has no respect for you. She has anger problems. She's insecure. You know, she's a grandmother she's rich menopause. She cannot even give him children. I remember one episode I was watching where the mom was talking about, the family were talking about how, you know, Michael will need to have children because, as we know, in Nigerian culture, a wife is expected to give her husband children. And obviously, she cannot have children anymore. They went to a fertility clinic. He was so nice about it. You know, he's always very warm and encouraging. You know, he tries to make her feel secure. But this woman, chai, I never see. Chai. As far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen, the bits and clips I've seen, she doesn't seem like someone that got any form of higher education or that is successful in any career. Because when she came to Nigeria and she came to Nigeria and gave Michael her card, and they used it, she got back to the US and started accusing Michael that she's lost money. And she said that's all the money she has in this world, and it was about how much was the money? I don't think it was even up to $1,000 or something like that. And you should see. And that's another thing about her. She has no trust whatsoever for Michael. Now, Michael did one thing which is very, very unusual for a black man to do, which I don't quite understand. There was one point in their relationship where very earlier on, that I saw that when after they started talking, I don't know if it's maybe after she came to Nigeria the first time or it was before, Michael told Angela that he cheated, that he gave a girl a ride and the girl didn't have money to pay him, and the girl decided to service him. He told Angela, hey, you should see. She went ballistic like on him. Her anger, her temper is terrible. So, I think maybe she's generally somebody that is not has trust issues. But I think this episode contributed to why she doesn't trust Michael. She's always accusing him of doing one thing or the other. Yeah, Angela is just somebody that is very raw and very brash. She's very, very brash. She doesn't, look at that incident that happened there. Michael was always just saying that, okay, I want you to come and talk to people who've lived in the US before, so that they can also tell you about their experiences of coming to live in Nigeria. I think he was in that scene trying to consider the possibility of him not being able to go to the US. And that's why I believe that he's genuine, because he was saying, if the US embassy cannot give him visa because he's already applied for visa and they denied him. And somebody told me on Instagram that K1 visa that he applied for, that he's supposed to get it. For him not to get it, that means there's something not quite right with Angela's records or something like that. Or maybe she has some sort of, record that may affect the application. Anyway, it wasn't meant to be anything that is spiteful or anything. The minute Angela saw these girls there, hey, Jesus. She's not polite. She's not, I don't know. I don't want to be too hard on her, but let me just say I don't like her. Yeah. I'll just say it. I'll put it out there. I don't like her. I don't like the way she treats Michael. I think she has superiority complex. She feels that because she's white, she can behave anyhow she likes and treat him anyhow she likes. And that to me is unacceptable. With everything that is going on, they got married. She came back to Nigeria again after they tried the first time that Michael applied for visa and they denied him the K1 visa. She now came to Nigeria because he advised them that he stands better chances of going to the US if they get married. I think I saw one episode where they went to the registry and the registrar was giving them advice that they need to get married, and when they are getting married, that it's always better for Angela to have like a family member. So she came to Nigeria with a sister, and then they did the wedding. This is the most hilarious part I've ever seen in this show. So, on the day of the wedding, take a look at what happened.
Dead do us part.
Till death do us part.
Amen.
Oh, gosh.
Angela Kedin. Repeat that statement. I,
I,
Angela Kedin,
Angela K. Dean,
take you,
take you,
Kendi Ileswami Michael,
Candy Elizabeth Michael,
to be my lawful husband,
to be my lawful husband.
to love and to obey. To
What?
love and to obey.
What?
Yes,
To love
to love and to obey.
Obey what?
Obey your
love.
And
husband.
obey who?
The traditional wedding vows that I know that they say if it's a church wedding or whatever is that they say, do you so and so person take so and person to love and to hold, or to love and to cherish in sickness and in health, till death do us part. I don't know where they went to. Like I said, I didn't watch the whole episode because it's not been shown. So those of you who watch it can tell me if it's a registry, they did the wedding, or if it's a church. The person that is doing the marriage say to love and to obey. Angela say, what? Obey? Who? I laugh, I wonder. When I saw that clip, I can't stop laughing. You know, why people, some of them don't know how to pray. And somebody like Angela, you can just tell that she's proper get to. So she doesn't know how to pretend. If it's like some really polished, like white people, they will still pretend as if, okay, maybe you explain it to them later. She told them, say, obey who? What? Obey. I don't, no, jokes apart, I don't think it should be to love and to obey. You don't obey your husband. You don't obey. Children obey. Even the Bible says children obey their parents. It didn't say wife should obey husband or husband should obey. It's to love and to cherish. So I don't know how they change cherish to obey. Now the woman flare up. Oh. Anyway, it was so hilarious. But I mean, my whole take about this whole marriage is that poor Michael. I wish he knew. It's gonna be first. This marriage is not. There's no way it's gonna work because there's so much that you can take. A woman that you are in your own country, she will carry her left leg to come all the way from the US to come and see you in Nigeria. She will be cursing you in Nigeria and be abusing you. She's physically abusive. She go curse her emotionally. All the F word in this world. There's even an episode I saw where I believe he used the N word. I saw some people making comments about that one that Angela called Michael the N word. I don't think Michael understands. I feel like his level of understanding is kind of is a bit less in terms of interracial relationship and what life is in the diaspora. He has no clue. You know, a lot of people are saying that, oh, he's putting up with all this because he wants to go to the US. But I think he genuinely loves Angela. Because, I mean, this show has given him exposure in Nigeria. I know, I mean, he will want to come to the US, but some people will not put up with this. I beg, the people that go on the show, don't they see young women and people that are age appropriate? Which one is all this? Oh my God. The question I keep asking myself is that if Angela was a Nigerian woman or a black woman from any African country, will his parents allow him to marry a woman that's 22 years older than him? You guys, I leave it to you to answer. Please, I'd like to know. Because we are talking about a Yoruba man, a proper Yoruba man. And this is Yoruba culture that, you know, really prides itself on respect. Yoruba culture, as far as I know, really value children. If you are married and you don't have a child yet, then it doesn't always sit well with your in-laws. So how is Michael going to marry a woman that is 22 years older than him? And she has no manners. When they say somebody has no manners, Angela, oh my God. She talks anyhow. She smokes. She's loud. She's just obnoxious. Guys, I'm sorry, but this is the way I feel about her. I don't like her. And, you know, I'm just going to say that I don't really appreciate the way she's treating Michael. And I feel like the producer of that show should really be ashamed of themselves for allowing this thing to continue. Because if it's a woman, look at it this way. If it's the other way around, if it's a man that's treating a woman like this, hey, heaven will come down. the way people will make noise about it, in fact, is either they cancel their own show or they will have a talk with him to change his behavior. This is not, it's not acceptable. No, I don't know why he puts up with it. She's just something else. So I'm wondering, by the time this Micheal gets to the US, they say she's from Georgia. She lives in Georgia. And that is why he was trying to arrange that meeting. Remember that short clip I played at the beginning? It was for him to talk to people who have lived in areas like that. Down areas like that where they don't, they are not really cosmopolitan cities like New York, California and places like that. But she really listen. She not even greased it down. She got there and she just saw the ladies and she just said, no, thank you. She didn't even, that was so rude. I mean, that behavior, I don't know. But I wish them good luck. They are married now. Hopefully, maybe the US Embassy in Nigeria will finally give him visa. He will go to the US. By the time he gets to the US and stay for 2 weeks, he will know that khaki no be leather. His eyes will now open. Because this Angela that I'm saying will put him to go and walk. And by the time he frees his ass off in that cold winter in a place like Georgia, then he will know. Because that Angela, she's a man-eater. I'm telling you, she's a man-eater. I just don't appreciate the way they allow her to carry on treating Micheal. That's just my own personal opinion. You may agree, you may disagree. But that's just the way I feel about it. I feel like nobody has the right to treat another person like that, especially somebody that you claim to love, that you are dating. I mean, it's not easy now. She's heavy duty. She's work. She's hard work. Micheal has his hand full. How can you cope with this? Egweji. This is Egweji. But guys, I don't know. Anyway, they are married now. She says she does not obey, and she started disobeying already. This disobedience, it go last long. Go not be only once. He go disobey. He go disobey. I mean, I wish them good luck, and I hope that Micheal will be treated better, because if he's not, there's so much a man can take. If Angela continues to insult him, and belittle him, call him all sorts of names and treat him like he's a nobody, then one day his ego will just be flat on the floor. And he will be feeling like, and by the time he gets to the US, my fear is that he's not going to have, like in Africa, he has his family around him now. His mom is there, his brothers and sisters are there, his uncles, everybody. You can see when he had his in their introduction. It was so lovely, which is what we miss when you live abroad, the community around you. By the time he gets to the US, it's just him and Angela and her family. They will eat him raw. And then, if he's not careful, he will get into depression because the way they will treat him. Because she's not going to change. This is who she is. She's not pretending. Guys, are you watching 19 Days Fiance? Do you watch Micheal and Angela? And what are your thoughts? What do you think? I know a lot of people had something to say on my Instagram when I posted it. I want you to share with me what you think about their marriage. Is it going to last? Is Micheal going to be able to put up with this woman in the US if he eventually goes? I know Angela will never go to Nigeria to go and stay. She keeps saying, "Oh, and I'm an American. I love America. I'm an American." Now, wow. He's the hustle, The hustle is real. Leave me your thoughts and your comments in the comment section, guys. I'll speak to you in my next one. I love you. Mwah. Ciao.